continue. Okay, uh, this is like my fifth or sixth video that I may made. Probably nobody's watching, but that's all good because it keeps my biggest reason for doing this is to kind of keep a diary of starting or not taking uh, steroids and going a completely different route and being able to look back and see the differences. Um, I'm not wearing a shirt today, and I did that purposely. Um, I started looking into considering using testosterone in February 19th, I think it was. And then it was about 2 weeks later, I decided to go using something so-called CHG, chronic um, uh, CHG, chronic hor, I can't think of the last name, Gonadotropin. The middle, I'm kind of drawing a blank on. Um, and what it's supposed to do is send a signal to your brain that using it sends a signal to the brain. It's a female hormone, and what it typically does is says, "Hey, your body does needs to make more testosterone." So I started taking that. My testosterone was relatively low for the amount of exercise I do. Um, it was 325. I don't know what my free testosterone was at that time. Oh yeah, it was 8.2 on my free testosterone. Um, so that it was March, about mid-March, March that I started going on CHG because I decided I don't want to do testosterone. There's a lot of negative side effects. I can just run through a few of them. Your testicles atrophy, so they get very, very small. Um, your sperm count drops dramatically, making you basically infertile. And three, especially at my age, I'm 59 years old. I'm about 6 weeks away from my 60th birthday. The next thing it does is going on testosterone for any length of time, especially at my age, would preclude my body from making it. In other words, I either start it and never stop, or never go off of it, and that just wasn't acceptable to me. Other things were acne, and I think that really occurs when you've got um, high amounts of testosterone when you're really overdoing it. I think a little bit or moderate testosterone would be pretty good, but it still stops your body from making its own testosterone. The other thing, it makes your skin very porous. Um, and if you do too much of it, you're going to start getting uromatose. In other words, your body's going to start making a lot of estrogen because it's going to try to bring down that testosterone. So I chose CHG, and this is just a kind of a recap of where I'm at right now. I got a lot of unexpected changes in my body that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting higher testosterone, and I do not know that at this time. I'm about 3 months into it, and I'm about to do my next blood test, and we'll see where I am on free testosterone, total testosterone, and from there. But I ended up dropping. I was oscillating between or going between 170 pounds. I'm 5'4", and I've always been kind of muscular because I've been working out since I've been a kid. But I was running at about 170 pounds, give or take. I'd go to 169 sometimes, 172. And I was expecting to put more weight on. What ended up happening was the first thing is when I went on it, I ended up my appetite just dropped off. And it's very easy to me at this time to go long periods without food. And I've always been somebody, not always, but the last 5 years I've really adapted myself to intermittent fasting. But man, on CHG, It's just I can go days without food. In fact, sometimes I got to force myself to eat food. So I ended up dropping from 172 pounds down to 156 or 157. So give or take, that's 14 to 17 pounds. I'm 5'5", um, and that's a lot of weight for me. I would, if I'd known that, I probably wouldn't have done it. But you know what? I'm glad that I did it, and I'll tell you why. I am leaner than I have been since I've been 25 years of age. So, and I'm not wearing a shirt specifically for this reason to see where I'm at right now. So I'm 59 years old. I'm almost 60. I'm about 6 weeks from my 60th birthday. And my shoulders are just, I feel like I've gotten real dense. I've gotten, I would say, much more muscular than I was, and you can't see it. I might try to see if I can show you, but my abs. I've always been trying to get abs. I've kind of got abs now. I'm not a professional bodybuilder. I wouldn't even consider myself that much of an amateur. And if I was an amateur bodybuilder, I'm on the low end of that. But my stomach at 60 years old, I don't know if you can see it, but um, I'm going to try to do this and just show I've got it's all starting to come out right now. Again, I've been on this for about 2.5 months. Um, so I'm very happy. If I want to come off of it, I can. I'm going to get a blood test tomorrow, and then I'll visit my physician in July, and we'll talk about what we're doing, about about my protocol and what I should be doing. But I want to touch base again on the CHG, chronic hormone gonadotropin. I think that's the actual name. Um, it's kind of cold in here. I'm going to put it on pause, put a shirt on so I'm a little bit warmer. Okay, so I'm back right now. And the next thing that I really would like to talk about is the pricing of CHG because it's extremely expensive in the United States. So the first time I purchased it, I had to get it through. I got a prescription, and then I had to get it through what's it called a pharmacy, um and there weren't that many pharmacies that had it, but it was $195, and that was for 10,000 units. And I'll talk about my dosage here in a few minutes, but that was I'm a school teacher. I'm not a trust fund baby. So $195 a month, that's expensive, but I could do it. But man, that's a lot of money. So if you know anything about me, I try to do everything inexpensively. I try to get the best bang for my buck. So I ended up getting on the internet, and I called almost every pharmacy within about a 50-mile range. And then the second time I managed to purchase it with a prescription from my physician, um, I got that up in Crum, Texas. I'm in a place called Denton, Texas, and that ended up costing me $147. Now, $147 is reasonable, is getting better. And I did a little bit more work, and then I found another place in Carrollton, Texas. Now I work in Louisville, and it's just right, or basically Flower Mound, Texas, and it's just right around the corner from my work. And I found a place that would charge $127. And if you're somebody that wants that, send me a link or send me an email, and I'll tell you where you can get that. So I paid $127. Now that's for 10,000 units. Okay. Um, and you're going to get if you're just doing 10,000 units per month, you're going to get some very nice. In my case, I got some very nice results, and he did that for about 2 months. Um, but it was $127, and realistically, for me, the amount of dosage that I'm doing now is I'm doing about 15,000 in units per month is what I'm doing. So that's basically back to $200. But that's definitely a much better I'm getting exactly what I need for my body to have the results, but still $200 is a lot of money to me. And again, I'm a school teacher, so I started doing my homework again, and I started checking internationally. Spent a lot of time trying to purchase it from Canada because I think Canada has got a bad rap. I think Canada, buying from a pharmacy in Canada is almost like buying from a pharmacy in the United States. Um, but I couldn't find any pharmacies that would ship it into the United States. So that was out. And then I tried UK. I definitely tried UK quite a bit until I finally realized that no, because in the UK it's much less expensive than it is here in the United States. And I couldn't get anybody to ship me. In fact, I got pharmacies specifically saying we're not allowed to ship to the United States. So then I thought of, but didn't really consider it China. I figured I could get it from China, but I still don't trust the quality from it. So I stayed away from that. So then I checked India, and now I found a pharmacy in India um, where I can get it. So let me give you a review pricing. United States, without doing any homework, $195 for 10,000 IUs or 10,000 units for the CHG. Um, India, $11. Now, I understand almost everybody I've told this to says to me, how do you know you're getting quality? How do you know you're getting what you're supposed to be getting? Um, it comes completely packaged, exactly like the one that I'm buying in the United States. It's a different brand, but the packaging is the same. Um, it's dated. You can clearly see that it comes from what I would consider reputable manufacturer. The place that I purchased it from, I went back and I checked the reviews, and quite a few people responded saying that there was just very positively. So I've been on something called Preglin. That was it, Preglin, which is the name brand of CHG here in the United States. And it was something my doctor was very, very emphatic that I need to be on the Preglin. So I placed the order for $11. Actually, I bought a year's worth at $11, one and a half. I bought about a dozen of them. It cost me a couple $100. So now I'm at a couple $100 for a year's worth, taking the dosage that I need. And because I was on the American version of it or the local version of it, um, I know exactly what it feels like, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. So, but I was on it for 2 months, and I feel I had great results. Then I switched to the one from India, and my results are getting even better. And the reason is because I'm using the dosage that I can that my body requires to get the results, and I can afford it. So, with that having said that, I've got all the results I want. When you go on steroids, your testicles atrophy if you're a guy. If you go on CHG, your testicles do the opposite. They I don't know the exact words for it, but engorge and get enlarged. I honestly, this is a little more information than most people want, but my junk is just heavier. I mean, I think my penis has actually gotten longer and thicker. I know that sounds crazy, but that's exactly what's happening. As far as sex drive, it's not off the charts, but it's up considerably. Definitely don't need a blue pill. Never really had that problem, but like right now, it's like an erection almost feels like I'm 25 or 30 years old. And again, I'm 60 years old. So I've got all the results they want. Again, I'm on the HCG from India, and my testicles are still the same size. They're actually exactly where I think they should be, and I'm just having great results. So that's a review of where I'm at right now. I'm 156 to 57 pounds. My strength is just crazy. My endurance in the gym has gotten to the point. I'm so intense in the gym sometimes that I've had actually people come up to me and say, "Could you please keep it down because you're too loud?" And it's kind of embarrassing, and I know I needed to shut up or be quiet, and I did. I completely get it, and that was wrong, but I hadn't even noticed I was doing it. I was so intense to my workouts. My strength is like off the charts. My endurance is off the charts. I've gone from doing an hour workout to almost 2 hours, an hour and a half at a time, and it's pretty intense. And by the halfway through mark, I'm still, I mean, pushing it as hard as I can. I still have gotten the endurance to do it, so I'm very, very happy. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. If anybody watches, also, if you would like to know where I'm getting it from India, please send me an email or a link or some way to contact you, and I'll be glad to tell you who and where I'm getting it from. Um, Oh, one more thing I got to mention to you, and I forgot to bring this up. So I'm on the HCG, and I decided to add something called, my doctor recommended it, in conjunction with the HCG, um, and it's called, I just drew a blank because I thought of it. So just give me a second. It's called um, clomid. So I'm doing 25 milligrams of clomid. Again, clomid is $50 per month. Literally, they will give you 15 pills, 50 milligrams. You break them in half. I got it from CVS with my prescription from my doctor, and it was 50 milligrams, and it was $50. So I took a look at India. I pay $30 for 6 months. And again, my results are excellent. So I added clomid to it. The reason clomid works, from my understanding, and I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving out advice, I'm just telling you what has worked for me. Um, on the clomid sends a signal to your brain to um, uh, let me go back. HCG sends a signal to your brain. Hormones are nothing more than a telephone line to your brain. It's just a way, hormones what your body uses to communicate um, different things to your brain. So HCG says make more um, testosterone. Well, clomid sends a message to your brain saying you don't have enough you don't have enough testosterone, and your body keeps making more. So it's a double whammy. I've had no negative side effects. Long term, everything I've read so far says long term on both HCG and clomid are very, very low. For clomid, the biggest side effect that would occur is vision problems where things get a little blurry, and that's only people that have taken 100 milligrams a day and been doing it for an extended period of time. I'm only doing 25 milligrams per day. Once in a while, I might take 50, but I don't really notice a difference from taking 25 to 50. So I just keep up to 25. I take it daily as my uh, regular regimen. And the HCG. Oh, HCD. I didn't talk about how much I'm taking. So when I first went on it, my doctor told me to take 100 units per week, 100 units per week. So if you get a CC, 3 cc syringe, and you put in 100 units, so you got 100 units in it. Okay. And I take that, and he wanted me to do that once a week. The reason he wanted me to do it once a week was because it was so expensive that I only did it once a week. So originally I got some okay results, but um, I was going light on the dosage. Now I do kind of what they would could be considered microdosing, and I do 50 milligrams or 50 cc's or 50 units. It's not cc's. It's 50 units, and I do it per day. That takes me to 15,000 units per month, 50 units per day. I do it every morning, and it is an injection and it is intramuscular. So I put that I use a different injection site every day. So I rotate my body. I start with my right calf, then I go to my left calf, then I go up to my right um, quadricep on the right hand side. Then I go to my left quadricep on my left hand side. I go to my buttocks the next time, right part of my buttocks, left part of my back, buttocks, left shoulder, right shoulder, left chest, right chest, and then I repeat again. And I never put it in that same injection site. And by doing that, it'll be the fifth of 100 years before I ever get close to wearing out anything. And I'm not putting it into a vein. I'm putting it into intramuscular. The syringes are like $20. That'll last you like 3 to 4 months. I get 100 of them for $20. And it's the I think it's 22 gauge with 3 cc's, and I just buy that online. It's easy to find. Amazon's got it as well. Um, so that's how I'm doing it, and I'm going back to my doctor. I will not take any more than 50 per day until and after I talk to my doctor, which will be July 3rd or 4th. I got July 5th. I got an appointment July 5th with a full review of my blood work and then decide if I need to decrease or increase. But I feel excellent. My energy is pretty high. Pretty long-winded video, but thank you if you ever watch this. And if not, this is a great log for me to look back 3 months, 6 months, a year, or 5 years, or 10 years and see where I'm at. So thank you.